In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Powhatan County on the map, and then we're going to talk about a few pros and cons about living in Powhatan. Now, the good thing about these map videos is it gives you a good idea of the orientation of Powhatan and its relationship to things like downtown Richmond and then other important landmarks like the airport. You can also take a look at my very last video, which was a neighborhood tour of Powhatan County. We saw 4 great neighborhoods in Powhatan, and that kind of will help you put this in the context when you see some homes along with the map and the pros and cons. And we're going to get after it right now. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is about living in Richmond, Virginia and the surrounding counties of Hanover, Henrico, Chesterfield, New Kent, Goochland, and Powhatan, then subscribe below and tap the notifications bell so you can be the first to know about the current market in Richmond, Virginia. My name is Scott Durnley with Joyner Fine Properties. My team and I get calls from folks like you every single day looking for help making their move to the greater Richmond area, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 9 days, 90 days, even 9 months, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. All that information is linked in the description right below so we can help you make a smooth move to Richmond, Virginia. Now, if you stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to share with you a great resource that you definitely don't want to miss that can save you a ton of time and energy and frustration if you're thinking about relocating to the greater RVA area. All right, so that's it for the intro. Let's jump on my computer and take a look around Powhatan County. All right, we have hopped on my computer and we're taking a peek at Powhatan County on the map. So Powhatan is this nice county here outlined, and it is south of the James River. So you have the James River that sort of makes the northern boundary of Powhatan County, right as if you're following my cursor. And so it is south of the James. What I'm going to call south of the river, it's sort of our second rung county. So you have Richmond right in the middle. Then south of the river, we have Chesterfield, that's sort of our first county on the inner ring, just like we have Henrico north of the river, that's sort of our first county on the inner ring around Richmond. And so Powhatan's sort of on that second ring around Chesterfield County. So you have Richmond, then Chesterfield, then Powhatan. It's a fairly large county geographically. I'm going to just zoom out a little bit so you can kind of just see it again in relation to the city of Richmond. It is a fairly rural county. Definitely not going to be as many big subdivisions as some of the, say like Chesterfield or Henrico. It's going to be a little bit more rural. So if you work downtown and you live out in Powhatan, you are going to, your best option for getting there is, first of all, you can see Route 60. It kind of goes right through the middle of Powhatan County. This is also known as Midlothian Turnpike. So wherever you live in the county, if you're working downtown, you're going to want to make your way to Midlothian Turnpike, and you would come in Midlothian Turnpike and then you would hop on 76, which is the downtown expressway, and then you would come on into downtown. That commute is really going to depend a lot on where you live in Powhatan. If you're in closer in Powhatan, you're probably looking at 20 to 30 minutes. And if you live farther out in Powhatan, you're probably looking at 30 to 40 minutes to get downtown if you work downtown. Other major employers that are going to be a little bit closer is if you work here off of 288. Over here, we have like CarMax, we have Capital One. We've got some of those big employers here in an industrial park off of 288. That is going to be a little bit closer for you than working downtown. But there's employment opportunities all over the Richmond area. But, just looking at those two major ones, downtown and then CarMax, Capital One, it's going to be definitely a little farther to get downtown. Now, so the airport is right here in Sandston. So if you work in Powhatan and you have to go to the airport a lot, it is going to take you a little bit of time. Again, you have a couple options. The first option would be go just like you're going to downtown. Get here on Midlothian Turnpike, then take that to 76, which is the downtown expressway, then come on, take it through downtown onto 64 East, and then you'd get off on the airport exit. An alternate route that's actually probably a little faster, but you've already got a toll here on the downtown expressway, actually. And if you're going to the airport, you're going to have 2 tolls, but you can go Midlothian Turnpike here, which is Route 60, and you can also get off here on 150 Chippenham North. That will take you around this way. There is a massive toll, like a couple dollar toll right here as you go over the river. And then you can take the back entry into the airport. This is probably a little bit safer bet depending on what time you're getting to the airport as far as not getting congested here downtown and any downtown traffic. But it is going to be a little bit more costly because you have that big toll that's right here as you go over the river. So that gives you an idea. So also if you're thinking about traveling up to Charlottesville, be super easy. You just make your way anywhere in Chesterfield on the 522, which 522 you would take up to Interstate 64, and then you can head 64 west up to Charlottesville. So that's not too far away if you're looking to go that way. If you're looking to go up to DC, you just make your way here to I-95. So you would get on the 288, take 64 to 295, and then head up to DC via 95. So, and then obviously if you're going to the beach, you would want to get here on 64, and you can make your way across town, just like going to downtown. Then we'd get on 64, go 64 East. We can get down to Williamsburg, which has got a lot of nice stuff. Then if you keep on going, you can get over to Virginia Beach in probably about 2 to 2.5 hours that take you to get to the Virginia Beach, which is probably your nearest beach. So that's kind of taking a look at Powhatan here on the map. As far as your shopping and dining, your very closest shopping area, if you're on, I'm going to just keep on zooming in. We have Westchester Commons, which is right here. So it is right at where 288 and 60 meet. You have Westchester Commons, which is a nice mall, and it's got a lot of different dining. It's got shopping. It's got your movie theater. So right there, that is going to be your closest shopping destination, is right here. And then if you go a little farther in to town, you're going to run into the Chesterfield Town Center. And then your other option, if you want to drive a little farther, is to make your way here to 288 and go up here to Short Pump, where many of my videos I talk about the Short Pump Town Center. So you've got a lot of good shopping, entertainment options here in Short Pump. And then always, just like I said, if you're making your way downtown, you have all the things in downtown, all those amenities that I talk about on several other of the videos that you can get to, and not that far of a drive to get downtown to Richmond. As far as your grocery stores and things like that, they'll be kind of centered here along Midlothian Turnpike. That's sort of your industrial road that's going to have a lot of businesses, and again, a lot of restaurants and things here along Route 60. So let's hop over to Zillow. Here's the same county on Zillow. Powhatan is going to have a variety of price points. And you also can see here, we've got some new construction options as well. We've got new construction there. Here we've got new construction. So as you hop around the county, you'll see there are new construction options in Powhatan. And we've got some very pricey houses, well over $1 million. We've got this one here. And if we go down a little bit, we've got this beautiful house that's in gray walls. It's over $1 million. This house right here, that's $695 on Palmore. This was actually one of the stops on my neighborhood tour of Powhatan. And again, most of these are on larger lots. As we get more rural, these are on decent lots. Like this one was on a 2-acre lot, this one on Palmore. And 2 acres is sort of a little bit on the smaller side for Powhatan. So then we have, everything from, fixer-upper renovation houses here at $199. This just looks like it's a huge tract of land at $4.5 million, but it's 538 acres. Wow. So it is a kind of an eclectic mix of different price points here in Powhatan. And we do have new construction options as well, which is very nice. So now hopping over onto InfoSparks, if we're going to look at median sales price, if we look at our entire MLS, we're at 370,000. Now median is right in the middle. So that means half the houses are going to sell for more, half of the houses are going to sell for less. So you can see the Powhatan median sales price is way above our entire MLS as a whole at $510,000. If we come over to homes for sale, again, inventory, and I'll be saying this in about every video, there's only 41 homes for sale right now in Powhatan. Inventory is very, very tight. Days on market. We're averaging a whopping 6 days on market in Powhatan versus 13 for the entire MLS. So very much a seller's market in Powhatan. Months supply. Again, this is how long it would take at the current sales pace to absorb all of the listings that are out there. So at the current sales pace, it would only take a month and a half to absorb all of the current inventory. That's pretty much right where it is in the whole MLS. But bottom line is 1.5 month supply of inventory is super, super tight. Very, very tight. Absolutely still a seller's market. Even with the interest rates having gone up, the supply is so tight that it's still an absolute seller's market. This should be no surprise. Percent of list price, there's not a lot of negotiation. Things are going for pretty much right at 100% of list price. And then our final stat we'll take a look at is price per foot. Powhatan, overall price per foot. Again, it is a little more expensive county. It's a little more rural, but you get large lots, some nice houses. We're looking at $243 a foot versus, sort of an average of around $210 for the whole MLS. So that's looking at some interesting statistics from InfoSparks here. Now, while we're on the screen, let's take a peek at Powhatan schools. So again, this is a little bit of a tale of two websites. This one, greatschools.org, has the elementary school rated a 7 out of 10. Again, it's not getting great reviews. And it has the junior high rated a 6 out of 10. And again, it's not getting great reviews. But I do find on these school rating websites, the only people leaving reviews are people with an axe to grind. Oddly enough, if you go down Pocahontas Elementary School, did not fare well at all. But I have no idea why, but the middle school and Powhatan High School is not on here. I don't know why. But then if you hop over to niche.com, totally different story. Niche.com has Powhatan Public Schools rated the number 3 best school district in the entire Richmond area, and it gets 4.5 stars on 48 reviews and an overall grade of a B+. Again, kind of a little bit of a different story on these two websites as to how good the schools are. So I do recommend you doing your own research, diving into these websites a little different. And there's lots of other websites. These are just two I go to as my, fairly often. But Niche is telling us one thing and greatschools.org is kind of telling us another thing. So that's it. I guess in a way, we'll kind of call the schools a toss-up. All right, well, let's hop off of my computer screen and we will take a look at some of the final pros and cons of living in Powhatan County, then wrap this video up. And now for the question of the day. For those of you who are thinking about moving to the greater Richmond area, where are you moving from? And what is the main reason you're leaving your current city or your current state? I'm truly curious, so let me know down below. Make sure you leave your answer in the comments below because I do want to hear what you have to say. Also, if you have any questions or thoughts, you can leave those in the comments below, or better yet, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. My information should pop up on the screen. All right, now that we've hopped off of my computer screen, let's talk about a few of the pros of living in Powhatan County. Now, one of the pros is you have a very low real estate tax rate. In Powhatan County, your real estate assessments are going to be 69 cents per 100 of assessed values. Now, right in neighboring Chesterfield County, that has a tax rate of 91 cents per 100 of assessed value. So let's put this in the context with a $500,000 home purchase. A $500,000 house in Chesterfield will have annual taxes of $4,550, which equates to $379 a month. Now you move just out of Chesterfield in the Powhatan County, that same $500,000 house will have annual taxes of $3,450, which equates to $288 per month. So that's a whopping 24% lower when you just look at these two adjacent counties. Now, Goochland is still the lowest in town as far as your tax rate, but Powhatan is right on its heels. Very low real estate tax rates. Now, you're going to have a lot of large lot options in Powhatan. So if you're looking for that little bit bigger lot, when we did our neighborhood tour in that video, the smallest lot I found, or that we went on the tour, was about 1.2 acres. So even when you're in a neighborhood like Mill Quarter, which is where we had the 1.2 acre lot, even those neighborhoods are going to have larger lots. But you have many, many, many really big lot options, 5 acres, 10 acres, 20 acres, you name it. There are some very beautiful horse farms in Powhatan County if that's something you're interested in. But in general, in Powhatan, you're going to have a nice big lot if that is something you desire. So schools, we talked about schools a little bit more when we were looking on the computer and doing the map part of this. So I'm going to say in general, I'm going to call the Powhatan schools a pro, but I'm not going to get a whole lot into that since it was previously discussed, although the two rating websites did have a little bit mixed opinion on it. But I'm going to go overall, they're going to be a pro, but please do your own research on the schools to decide what you think. So now we're going to talk about a few of the cons of living in Powhatan County. Now, in general, the real estate is just a little bit more expensive in Powhatan. So looking on the MLS today, if you look in Chesterfield County and just pull up active 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath homes, the median sales price in Chesterfield County is $455,000 with an average year built of 2000. So then you go right over into Powhatan County and you look at that same 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath house. Your median price for that is $490,000 with an average year built of 1996. So the prices in Powhatan for that 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath house are going to be 8% higher roughly, and you're going to average about 4% older. So again, I'm not going to compare Powhatan to every county around Richmond, but just, its neighboring county, which, it's right next to of Chesterfield, is, something kind of good to compare. Now, let's talk about sort of dining and entertainment. In Powhatan, it's really going to depend, how close you are to these items is really going to depend on where you live in the county. And we did discuss this a little bit on the map video, so I'm not going to dwell on it a ton here. There are just going to be more entertainment options and dining options in other parts of the greater RVA area. Powhatan is a fairly rural county, so you're not going to have a bustling nightlife. You're not, it's not going to be as many restaurants. But then again, if you're looking in Powhatan County, you're probably looking for the privacy. You're probably looking for the larger lot. And, those, depending on where you live in the county, it can be not that far of a drive to get to those type of things. So, while overall those options are going to be limited more in Powhatan than some other areas of the greater RVA area, it's not a huge detriment, but it is something I would put in the con category overall. All right, well, that's it. Let's wrap up this video and get you on your way. Well, that's it for your map tour and then pros and cons of living in Powhatan County, Virginia. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got some good information out of this. Again, my name is Scott Dernley with Joiner Fine Properties, and in my 20 plus years of selling real estate in the Richmond, Virginia area, I've helped countless families move to the greater Richmond area, and I would love to help out you as well. So I have created a very handy relocation guide that can save you hours of time and effort, and you can link to that right below. It's a must download, and I think you'll get some great information out of it. And remember, whether you're moving in 9 days, 90 days, even 9 months, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. All of that information is linked in the description right below. And until next time, I hope to show you around town. Take care.